Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Alan Uncharted. On today's adventure, we are headed to Salt Spring Island. Oh, it stinks. Welcome to Crofton, the land of stink. Did we miss it?
Yeah, you'll be on the 220. You can
Oh,
walk.
awesome. Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just rolling down here to the Ganges Harbor. It's a pretty popular spot for tourists. The place is absolutely hopping today. People out, the sun's shining. We're gonna go check out the farmer's market here and see what it's all about. The Ganges Farmers Market has been going strong since 1970. It was actually created to help artisans and farmers sell their wares. There's all kinds of cool stuff for sale here. This was during late April. I couldn't imagine what it's like in the summer. And here we are, just rolling into the campsite, Mohawana Campground. Let's go check it out, see if it's any good. So they have about 40 sites here, varying from walk-in tent sites to drive-in tent sites, as well as RV stuff. One thing I noticed right away is that the entrances into the campsites are extremely narrow. So this here is a home for a couple nights. Interesting campsite, it's very small. Nice little field of bamboo here though. So we've arrived here at Ruckle Provincial Park. This park is one of the oldest family farms in all of British Columbia. It's actually still farmed this day by the Ruckle family. So this is really strange. It's like a provincial park, but it's like someone's house, which I've never seen before. Pretty gnarly old tree here. So one thing I'll say is they have a bunch of day-use picnic type areas here on the ocean. They're actually quite beautiful. I was just reading the sign here, it's actually quite fascinating. So back in 1898, pre-steamship service, the people that lived on the island here actually had to go all the way to Vancouver Island by boat or canoe to get supplies. Then in 1899, the steam service kicked in. And the government actually purchased the wharf here from the Ruckle family for a matter of $400. They rebuilt the wharf in 1910 and also again in 1925. Now to this day, 2025, there's nothing left of it. So these stones that I'm walking on now, I don't know if they're part of the historic kind of structures that were here. All right, so another big part of Ruckle Park is actually the old historic farm site here. It's been in operation since about 1906 by the Ruckle family. It's very strange in that the family actually lives within the provincial park. I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, that one does not like me. Slowly back away from the turkeys. So they have a portion here of the farmland that the public's actually able to kind of wander around. So this pigsty behind me here was actually built by Henry Ruckle in 1930. They raised a lot of pigs here on the farm. So just a little bit about the history here of these particular lands. Back in 1859, you were actually able to come here if you're a British subject. You were able to actually come here and buy land for $1 an acre. So when the Ruckles initially purchased this land, it totaled to about 338 acres. So they would have paid about $338 for this entire property. So the initial pioneer of this homestead was none other than Henry Ruckle. He was actually an Irish immigrant, born in 1835. So the building behind me here was actually built in about 1944 as a machine shop, to of course work on the farming implements, that sort of thing. So the building behind me this time was actually built in 1878. It's actually a forge that would of course use this to craft farming implements of iron sorts. So this was actually originally Henry Ruckle's house, dating back to about 1878. Let's see if old Henry's home. So in the back here of the old homestead, there's an absolutely spectacular garden. All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Ruckle Park. We're going to move on to the next destination. All right, so there's one thing I really wanted to check out here in Salt Spring Island. It's the Salt Spring Island Cheese Factory. I'm a big fan of cheese. So we're gonna go into here. It's kind of weird. It's like you're driving into someone's house. It's like we're obligated to buy something now. Things people do for cheese. This is like literally a dream come true for me, visiting the Salt Spring Island Cheese Factory. Okay, I'll try that one. I'll try the Ruckles. You gotta watch out around here. You try the cheese, then you buy the cheese. I think that lady was like the cheese master. I went with the chili feta and the Ruckles. All right, so we just stopped here at the cheese factory thing. It's actually it's not just like a farm stand. You actually walk in there, you can see the people making the cheese, you can sample the cheese. The place is really busy. It's absolutely beautiful. They have a garden, they have a cheese eating area outside. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Definitely worth a visit if you're on Salt Spring Island. I found a cemetery. I have this strange fascination with cemeteries for some reason in old churches. So we found an old Catholic church here near Fulford Harbor. This building is just absolutely spectacular. I mean, it's just beautiful. So this is St. Paul's Catholic Church. This is sort of rather unusual. It's kind of chained off for some unknown reason. So when I visit these types of places, I'm obviously very respectful. I like to look at these types of places because it makes me feel connected to the land. It makes me feel more connected to the island, just to see some of these people that have probably pioneered some of these settlements here from back in the way back. The name on the tombstone is Ruckle. All right, I also have a sweet spot for honey. We're gonna pick up a jar of honey here. Support the locals. I like this lid the best. All right, $10 for some local homemade honey. I think it's like a quart jar. I'm not sure if it's American thing, Canadian, I don't know. $10? Yeah. Let's put it in 1.5. Just kidding. Proud owner of a jar of honey. Something I want to point out here is the fact that this island is literally littered with roadside farm stands. I mean, everything, eggs, duck eggs, quail eggs, honey, you know, whatever you need, you'll find it here on Salt Spring Island. So we're just headed down here to Burgoyne Bay, another highlight of Salt Spring Island. I'm not sure what to expect. So driving down here to Burgoyne Bay, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I mean, there's old houses, like old stuff everywhere. Super cool place. Like literally the whole road down to here is old abandoned houses. So we came down to the end of the road here and there's a trail, and I ran into a couple that were hiking, and they told me that it's about a 10-minute walk to this old site where there was some old buildings and some sort of daffodil farm. Definitely a little steep coming up here, a bit of a grind. So the Burgoyne Bay Trail, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, was actually an old logging road, and I see some sort of, I'm not sure this is logging, but it's definitely been here for quite some time. Probably some kid that borrowed his dad's car and, you know, it ended up here. There are a lot of oak trees here, Gary oak to be specific. These appear to be the footings of an old structure from a bygone era. In the dirt, I found an old piece of pottery, perhaps belonging to someone who used to live here. So the hike to the Daffodil Point at Burgoyne Bay is actually well worth the effort. It's actually about 20 minutes depending on your level of fitness. Definitely well worth it though. Absolutely beautiful point. The Gary oak trees are absolutely amazing. Anyhow, we're on to the next destination. On the way back, we spotted an old building. We had to explore it. All right, the door's open. There's no signs here that say no trespassing, nothing of the sort. I'm sure you guys want me to go in here as well as I do, so let's go check it out. All right, all I can tell right away is that this place is very old. It actually almost has a very creepy feel. Sorry about the lighting quality in here, you guys. It's pretty dark, but wow. This place is definitely something. Just keep in mind, people, that these places can be dangerous. Do so at your own risk. So I'm not exactly sure what this place was. I also have some sort of strange obsession with collecting wizarding sticks, as I call them, because I like to do wizard stuff. See, look right now, I'm doing wizard things. Trying to not die in the old creepy second floor of some weird building in Burgoyne Bay. After examining these two chutes, I realized this was some sort of feeding device, perhaps for a stable or some sort of farm animal. All the greatest wizards have sunglasses. More evidence of industrial operations. And some knitting. There's a box of yarn here. This would appear to be some sort of workshop, I would assume, a workbench here. Ah, yes, more yarn. So if you're ever in need of yarn, come to this old haunted building at Burgoyne Bay. Why is this here? So I appear to just have put two and two together. If you look here in these bags, it's obviously more modern, but there's a lot of charcoal. And the first thing that kind of struck my mind was perhaps for forging, iron implements from the old days. So if you look up here, I would assume that there may have been a forge here at one time. Pretty beautiful spot. Definitely recommended to come check this place out. Came across another point of interest, just absolutely had to stop. Let's go look. Salty Bones Shack. Well, you know what? I've seen some strange things, but this, this is up there. All right, so I've stopped here at the Salty Bones Shack of hot sauces. There's some sort of trail here, it says, to the witch's cabin. All right, well, there goes nothing. If you guys don't see this video, it means I've probably been put into a cauldron from the witch. The ancient inscription says, subscribe to the channel. The further I get down here, the more sort of creeped out I'm getting. Well, I saw the witch and I just turned tail and left. Well, the witch didn't get us. Down at the end there's some sort of cabin. I think it's like a B&B or a Verbo or something. Head on to the next destination, Beddis Beach. It is a white sand beach, sort of. I find it quite strange how you can be in one spot, spend the entire time on an island, and then all of a sudden find something like this. It just seems so different. All right. All right, guys and gals, morning day 2 of the Salt Spring Adventure. We just went and grabbed some coffees from a local business called The Coffee Can. It's actually a very small food coffee truck kind of deal. The coffee comes actually in cardboard cups, which is super cool. It's a lot better coffee than we experienced yesterday. So if you've ever been to Salt Spring Island, I'm sure you've heard of Mount Maxwell. Probably the best view on Salt Spring Island. We're gonna head up there, but we're in an SUV that doesn't really have high clearance or 4-wheel drive. A lot of the locals we talked to said, oh, the road's terrible. There's potholes, you won't make it, you need 4-wheel drive. We drove up here absolutely without a hitch, no problem. So for anyone thinking to visit this park, it's definitely doable. I'm not recommending it, but it's definitely 100% doable. For those of you that enjoy hiking, you can actually hike all the way from the bottom to the top of this mountain. I think it's about a 4-hour hike. I'm not exactly sure. It's probably quite difficult. We chose to drive instead, and oh wow, what a view. What a view. Oh. So if you look down there where the boats are all at anchor, you'll notice the orange, the red. That's red tide, and you can see it blooming all the way. So I mean, honestly, this view behind me right now is just absolutely spectacular. I mean, if you're on Salt Spring Island, I highly recommend coming up here. It's not a very long drive. I think it took us from the very bottom, maybe half an hour at best, driving slow. We didn't know if we were gonna make it up here. We definitely did, and damn. You know how it is with cameras and trying to get, you know, that shot. It just really doesn't capture the epicness or immenseness of this view up here. I mean, it's amazing. It's one of the best views I've seen in a long time. We're gonna head off now to our next destination. So in behind me is the largest lake on Salt Spring, called St. Mary's Lake. There is a public access on the far side here. It's very small. There's a few people there already. So I went to the other side of the lake. There's a couple tiny little accesses. I really wanted to show you this lake, so I'm just gonna show you the lake from the air.